Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Before we get started, I really want to thank you guys for getting me to 100 subscribers. I really appreciate it and I'll try to keep making videos you guys can like. Alright, let's get into it. Today, I'm going to be doing a tier list on all the stratagems in Helldivers 2. We're going to start off with the weapons. First up, we have the autocannon. The autocannon is probably one of the best stratagems, to be honest. It destroys almost all the automatons and kills everything except chargers and bio titans like efficiently for the bugs, so I'm putting it in A tier. Next, the grenade launcher, instant A. It's one of the best guns for clearing hordes and bug nests, and it's all I really can say. It's an amazing gun. Next, we have the stalwart. The stalwart is basically a worse version of the machine gun, and the machine gun's a B tier, probably, for me. So I'm going to put the stalwart at C. It's just a worse version of the machine gun, which I'm going to put at B tier. The machine gun's really fun to use, but it's just not good eventually against certain enemies. Next we have the spear. The spear's cool. It's a cool concept, and it destroys things like Bile Titans and tanks. But the only problem is you have like 3 shots, and the lock-on system's really buggy. It would be A if it had a good lock-on system, but since it doesn't, I'm putting it in B. The arc thrower is a very underrated weapon. It can kill bugs really well. It's not that good against automatons though, and it can't really do anything against tanks or any tanky enemy. So I'm putting it B tier. Next we have the scythe, probably the worst gun in the game. I would rather have the plain pistol than this gun. I don't know why anyone would use it. Railgun instant S tier. It basically instant kills everything. It's so broken. And it comes 20 shots. It's unfair. Next we have the recoilless rifle. I'm going to put it at B tier. Reason it's B tier is mainly because the reload time. If you don't have an assisted reload, which I'm not going to count assisted reloads, if you don't have, it's really bad. Because like fighting a charger, it's going to shoot it once and then do nothing. It is helpful against the bots though, because you can shoot down the dropships. Next we have the expandable anti-tank, which is literally just a one shot, just has one shot instead of the multiple that the recoilless rifle has. It's pretty bad. It's like the stalwart. Flamethrower. It is such a cool gun. I love the idea of a flamethrower. But to be honest, it sucks. It can't kill anything. I really wish they made it better, or they buff it soon, because I'd love to use it. And next we have the anti-material rifle. It's the definition of a mid gun. It can kill some automatons, but it's just not that good. Okay, time to get into the eagles. The eagle stratagems are all pretty solid, except a few. Starting off with the 500 kg bomb. It's going into A tier for me. It's probably one of the best for killing things like Bio Titans. Only problem is sometimes you get the timing off and team kills happen a good amount with it. But still, great. Great stratagem. The Eagle Airstrike, S tier. Probably the best Eagle of all of them. It destroys hordes. It demolishes automatons and is great for clearing factories and any objective that wants you to blow something up. The Eagle Airstrike is one of the best. The Eagle Cluster Bomb is like a B tier for me. It can't kill tanks and sometimes doesn't even kill all the light guys. And it team kills a lot. There's a lot of team kill with the Cluster Bomb. So I'm putting it in B tier. The Rocket Pods. The Rocket Pods are cool. They're kind of underwhelming. Yes, they auto-target, but they usually target the wrong enemies. Not much to say about them. The Napalm Strike is probably the worst. Actually, not the worst, but one of the worst Eagle stratagems. I'll put it in C tier, along with the Strafing Run, because the Strafing Run, it's one of the first you get. Not going to be insane. And then what even is this? The Smoke one. I don't even know a time when I'd use the Smoke. I heard that you can maybe use it to make automatons not able to hit you, but still, who's going to use the Eagle Smoke? Now that we're done with the Eagles, we're on to the Sentries. Mortar Sentry. Instant S tier. Insanely good. Clears out hordes of enemies and literally is basically required if you want to do an escort like scientist mission. Next up is the Rocket Sentry. Honestly, it could be better. If it targeted weak points like the engines on dropships, it would be probably S tier, but since it doesn't, I'm putting it A tier. The normal Sentry, it's C. It's the first thing you unlock. One of the first things you unlock. It's not going to be crazy good. The EMS Mortar, I'm putting it A. It's a worse version of the Mortar and pairs well with it, but by itself, it's just underwhelming. It has less ammo. It doesn't really do damage, it just slows things, so it's not going to be amazing. The Gatling Sentry is a better version of the normal Sentry. It literally just is a better version. It can't deal with things like Chargers or Bile Titans or tanks, but it does do good at thinning hordes, so I'm putting it there. The Autocannon Sentry, I'm going to put it A tier. One of the better Sentries. It's really good at handling things like automatons and Chargers, and that's the main reason it's where it is, because dealing with those is usually an annoying thing. The HMG emplacement, honestly, it's not bad. Like, no one really uses it, but in some scenarios, it can really be helpful. But I wouldn't use it in like a Helldive mission. Next up, we got the Laser Rover. It's going to get crammed into B tier today, mainly because it's just not insane later on. Like, once you're doing high difficulty missions, the Laser Rover isn't really helpful. And also, it can't really damage Chargers. Next up, we have the supply thing. It's also B tier. There's going to be a lot of B tiers. It's helpful. You know, you can give ammo to your teammates. But at the end of the day, who's really using it? I rarely see a scenario where I see people use it. It could be helpful. Next, we have the worst version of the Laser Rover that just needs 5 years to reload. I'm not even going to talk about it. It's just worse. The Jump Pack, Jesus, it's so bad. I've never seen a scenario where it's useful to have it. Maybe for running away from something. I think that's the point, but it's just no. Shield Instant S tier. Probably one of the best, probably the best backpack. It's insanely helpful. Insanely helpful. To be honest, I don't even know what this is, so I'm just gonna put it in whatever in bottom tier. I don't even know what it is. Next, we have the minefields. All the minefields. Honestly, I'm gonna put the normal minefield at C, incendiary at the bottom. The normal one can be helpful, but honestly, it's underwhelming. And then it's literally just a worse version. It's like the napalm strike compared to the Eagle Air Strike. It's just a worse version of the normal one. The Tesla Tower is kind of crazy. It can be good. If used correctly, it can be good, but it team kills so much. Next, we have the shield. The shield's pretty useless, to be honest. In some scenarios, I see why you'd use it, but there's rarely a time when you just want to stand in an area. I get you could maybe use it as like a wall. Literally a better version. You could use this and it'd be better than a smoke strike. But yeah. Next up, we have all the orbitals, which there are a ton. Now, let's just get the barrages out of the way. Honestly, all the barrages are B tier to me. They're eh. They're eh. That's all they get from me. They're a little meh. They're not that good. Yes, maybe they can be good for clearing out some hordes or a base, but just not it. The airbrush strike sucks. It sucks. It's terrible. I'm not putting it D, because honestly, it's not horrendous. It can kill stuff, but still, it's just, I wouldn't use it. The EMS strike, if used right, can be helpful. But, like, why would you use a single-use EMS when you have a mortar that does it for you? The gas strike, what even is that? You know, let's just move. The gas strike, the smoke strike. I don't even know what they were thinking. The gas strike sucks. The smoke strike, even worse. I wish there is a never even purchase tier. Don't use these. Now, the Precision Strike, if used right, can be good. Can be good. So I'm going to put it A tier. It can kill things like Bile Titans, Chargers, if aimed correctly. It can take out factory buildings or nests if needed. But that's kind of it. Oh wait, I got the Orbital Laser. This is the Orbital Laser. Put that in S tier. The Orbital Laser is amazing. Probably one of the best. That's the Orbital System. The Orbital Laser, if used, it only has 3 uses, which is a big drawback, but the pros outweigh the cons in this one. Because honestly, it can wipe out hordes so fast, and it even does high damage to tanky enemies. It's amazing. The Orbital Rail Cannon Strike, another easy S tier. Instant kills Chargers, instant kills tanks, instant kills Hulks. Severely weakens Bile Titans. One of the best. These other two, they're B. They're mid. They're not insane. They're not terrible. But they're just in the middle, just like the rest of these. These are all like you could use. Final tier list, here it is. To put in a summary, never even touch these. If you have them, you can use them. I'd have them usually. I've used almost all of these in some situations. They have their situations. A tier, you should probably go in with one. And S tier, you should run this. This should compromise your entire. This should be your entire loadout. So that's probably going to be it for today. Thank you for watching, and once again, thank you for getting me to 100 subs. If you liked the video, think about subscribing. It helps me out. And leave a like and a comment if you want to. That'll be it for today.